Good morning students, welcome back to next lecture in Java. Today we are going to discuss one more keyword, that is super. In the last session we have discussed about the final keyword. So today I will be discussing about the super keyword. As I said in the last session that in Java we do have many keywords, and the most important keywords are, the first one is final, the second one is super, and the third one is this keyword. All these keywords plays a major role in Java. So as we already discussed final keyword, today we are going to discuss about the super keyword. In my next lecture I will be discussing about this keyword. Okay, so let's start. As I said, like, this is a keyword. Super is a keyword in Java. So for what purpose we use a super keyword? What does super means? The name itself is giving us a clue, isn't it? Super means it is a reference variable which is referring to immediate superclass object. Again, one more thing I need to give a clarity for you. This super keyword comes into picture with the concept of inheritance. When we are using inheritance concept, then only the super will come into picture, not in the normal cases. Okay, put that point in your mind. Super will be used only with the concept of inheritance. Okay, when we are dealing with inheritance concept, at that point of time we use super keyword. Okay, so what does a super keyword is? Super is a reference variable. You know what is a reference variable, no? It holds the address. Super is a reference variable which points to the immediate superclass object. Here there will be a subclass and superclass. Inheritance means we will be having subclasses, we will be having superclasses, isn't it? The super refers to the superclass object. Okay. And for what purpose we use super keyword? Super keyword allows the users. Users means we, the programmers. It allows the programmers to access the superclass members. Super keyword allows us means here the programmers, to access the superclass members. You know what is a superclass, what is a subclass, what are the members and all. We have already discussed this in the introductory part. So the super can be used to access the superclass members. So what are all the members we can access by using super keyword? All the members or only few members? That we will be discussing in today's session. Super can be used to access only 3 kinds of members from the superclass, but not all the members. Put this point in your mind. Once again I am repeating, students. Super can be used only to access 3 kinds of members from the superclass, not all the members of the superclass. The first member, the super can be used to access is, we can use super keyword to invoke superclass constructors. We can use super keyword to invoke superclass constructors. The second one is to call immediate superclass instance variables. We can access the superclass instance variable by using super keyword. The third one is, we can also access the superclass instance methods by using super keyword. So these 3 are the members we can access by using super keyword of the superclass. Okay, assume that we have 2 classes here, class A, class B. From class B, if I want to access class A properties, then I can use super keyword. That is a simple statement. Again I am repeating, assume we are having 2 classes, class A, class B. Class B has extended class A. Okay, if I want to access class A properties in class B, then I can use super keyword. Not all the properties of the super class, but what are the properties I can access using super? I can access constructors, I can access instance variables, I can access instance methods. Only these 3 properties or these 3 members I can access using super keyword. Now let us see one by one with an example programs. Fine. So as I said that super can be used to invoke superclass constructors, to call superclass instance methods and instance variables. How can I access superclass constructors? The syntax I have given here. By using this I can access the superclass constructors. Okay, super of. And to call the superclass instance variable, this is a syntax, super dot instance variable. You can directly call the instance methods, instance variables of superclass by using super dot instance variable. Similarly, if you want to access superclass instance methods, then this is a syntax, super dot instant method name. This is the way we will be accessing the members of the superclass. Okay. So the next one is, we will see some examples. I have given a few examples here. So what is the first usage of the super keyword? The first usage of the super keyword is to call immediate superclass instance members. One more thing I need to give a clarity here. That is, this word plays a major role. Okay. Immediate superclass members only I can access. See, if I have something like this, A, B, C, this is a hierarchy. A is a class, B is a subclass of A, C is a subclass of B. Okay. For B, A is a superclass. For C also, A is a superclass. From B, I can access A variables, A members by using super keyword. From C also, I can access B members by using super keyword. But from C, I cannot access A data by using super keyword. That's called immediate superclass. Okay. Once again, I'm repeating, students. From B, I can access A members by using super keyword. From C, I can access B members by using super keyword. But from C, I cannot access A members by using super keyword. Okay. So that is the meaning of immediate superclass here. Okay. To call immediate superclass instance members from subclass, we use super keyword. So you may get a doubt, one more doubt, like if class B is inheriting class A, then all its properties will be acquired by class B. Why again to use super keyword to access it? That is a doubt we usually get. Once again, I am repeating the doubt, students. If class B is extending class A, then class A properties will be automatically given to class B, no? Then again, what is the use of using super keyword? One will get that doubt. For what purpose we use super keyword is to resolve name conflicts. To resolve the name conflicts. We'll see that with an example program rather than explaining it theoretically. We'll go with an example program. See here. If you observe here, students, I have taken a class A here. This is class A. Okay. In class A, what are the properties I am having? What are the members I am having? This is 1, int A is equals to 10, and one more is instance method. What is this? This is a instance variable. This is a instance variable, and this one is a instance method. Is it clear? This is instance variable and this is instance method. Class A. Coming to class B. In class B is extending class A. Class B is extending class A. Single inheritance concept. Okay. Class B extends class A. Inside class B, again I have taken 2 instance variables and 1 instance method. I am having 1 instance method in class B. I have written 1 main method also here. Okay, fine. If you observe here, I have created an object for class B. I have created an object for class B, obj. And this, with the help of this object, I am trying to call M2. M2 is a member of class B. M2 is a member of class B. M2 is present here, so that method will get called. Inside that method, what I have done, see, I have written 3 SOPs. System.out.println. In the first SOP, which data member I am trying to access? A. A is a data member which is present in the subclass A, 20. Okay, A is here. What is B here? B is also in the same class, that is class B, 40. Coming to here, I have accessed A and B. What if I want to access this value? What if I want to access superclass A variable? Superclass instance variable. Here comes the name conflict. In superclass, we are having a variable called A. Similarly, in subclass also, we are having a variable called A. So with the same name, we are having 2 variables. In that context, how can I access superclass instance variable? If I try to access A here, it represents that it takes the value of subclass. This A represents subclass instance variable. What if I want to access superclass instance variable which is having the same name? No. Here also I have taken same variable name A. Here also I have taken same variable name A. How can I access superclass instance variable A here? I cannot directly put it like this. If I put it directly like this, it represents that subclass instance variable. So if I want to call the superclass instance variable, this is the way I follow. Super dot A. That is called resolving the name conflicts. Both the classes are having the same variable name. Then how can the superclass instance variable can be accessed? By using super keyword. Understand, students? Is it clear, or should I explain once again? We'll go with one more time explanation. If you observe here, I have taken two classes. Class A contains instance variable A. Similarly, class B also contains instance variable A. Both classes have instance variables of same name. Okay. Now tell me, class B has acquired all the properties of class A. Okay. So here in this method, I am trying to access A. This A belongs to this one. Okay. This A belongs to this one. Coming to B. B is this B. Okay. Then what if I want to access class A's A variable, A instance variable? If I directly call A, this A it will refer. So for that purpose, I use super keyword. Super dot A. If I write something like this, super dot A, then it refers to this variable. Superclass instance variable. This is superclass instance variable. Understand? So what is the first usage of the super keyword? To access immediate superclass instance variables. When we usually use super keyword to access immediate superclass instance variables, when there is a name conflict. If name conflicts has been erased, then go for using super keyword. Okay. And we can have one more case also here. We'll see that case also. What if I write assume I have taken one more variable C is equals to 40 here. Okay. Two instance variables in superclass. Okay. If I want to access C variable here, C instance variable here, I can directly access it. System.out.println. I can directly write C. Instead of writing super.C, I can directly access C, because C is an instance variable which is not there in the class B. So it immediately refers to class A, because I have extended class A here. No need of putting super.C here, because C is not present in the subclass. So it automatically refers to the superclass. So in superclass I am having C variable, so I can directly use it. If there is any name conflicts, then only go for using super keyword. Apart from that, no need of using any super keyword to access immediate superclass instance variables. Okay, students? Fine. So now coming to the next usage of the super keyword. What is the next usage of the super keyword? To call immediate superclass instance methods from subclass, to resolve name conflicts. The second usage of super keyword is to call superclass instance methods when both the classes are having the same method names. When both classes are having, class A and class B are having, I'll give a pictorial representation for you. A and B here. Assume A is a class, B is a class. B is inheriting class A properties. A is having a method called M1, and B has been overridden that M1 method. Assume A is also having M1 method and B is also having M1 method. Now if I want to access A's M1 method from B, then how can I access? I can simply call it super.M1. Understand? If both classes are having same method names, same method signature, I mean, if you have overridden a method in subclass, then how to call the superclass method? Then at that point of time, we can use super keyword to call the superclass instance methods. This is I have taken M1 method. A is having M1 method, and B, class B is extending class A, and class B is also having M1. If you observe here, class B is also having M1 has been overridden in class B. And inside the class B, we do have one more method called M2. Inside M2, if I try to call M1, what does this mean? This M1 refers to this M1. Okay, what if I want to call the superclass instance method? I cannot directly call with just M1, because if I try to call just M1, this method will get called. Okay, this method will get called if I call from B. What if I want to call this method? Then I have to go compulsory by using super.m1. Okay, if I try to call super.m1, then it refers to this instance method. So this is the way we can access the immediate superclass instance method when there is a name conflict. If there is no name conflict, then no need of using super keyword. You can directly access it because you are extending the properties of A in class B. So no need of using super keyword when there is no concept of name conflicts. If there is a concept of name conflicts, then only use super keyword to access either instance variables or instance methods. Understand, students? Fine. What is the next usage of the super keyword? To call immediate superclass constructors. This is the third usage of the super keyword. We can invoke the constructors. If you see this example, this is a plain example. I have written class A. In class A, this is the constructor. Okay, no argument constructor. And this one is also a no argument constructor in class B. Class B is extending class A. Again, class B is extending class A, single inheritance concept. If I try to create an object, when I try to create an object for class B, whenever the object gets created, the corresponding constructor will get called here. So this constructor will get called here. Inside the constructor, there is only one statement, that is system.out.println subclass. So what is the output of this program? If I have written program like this, in the constructor, students, please listen carefully. Inside the constructor, the first statement will be always super. Inside the constructors, the first statement will be always this one. If you put, then okay. If you didn't write the statement super as the first statement in your constructor, then the JVM will put the first statement as super, like this. So what will happen in this case? When the object gets created, this constructor get called. Inside the constructor, what is the first statement we are having? Super. So super means what? It refers to the superclass constructor. Super refers to the superclass constructor. So now this constructor will get executed first. Before executing this constructor, the superclass constructor will get executed. So the output will be superclass, and after execution of this constructor, it comes back to this constructor and it will be executing this constructor. I will be getting the output as superclass and subclass. This is the output I'll get after executing this program. You have to make sure that whenever you write any constructors, whenever there is a constructor, in that constructor, what is the first statement will be having? Super. If you write, then okay. If you didn't write super statement in the constructor, then the JVM will put the first statement as a super statement in your program. Super should be the first statement in your constructor. If you write super statement in your constructor, that should be the first statement in your constructor. You should not write in between. Okay, that should be the first statement in the constructor. That is a constraint you need to remember. Okay, here in this case, I didn't put any super. I didn't use any super to invoke the superclass constructor. As I didn't put, the compiler will put. As I didn't write any super here, for my sake, the JVM will put this one as the first statement in my constructor. Okay, so the output of this program is superclass and then subclass. Understood? Fine. We'll see one more example for the same. Again, see here. If I have used super. Implicitly, I didn't ask the JVM to put. Explicitly, I am supplying the super keyword. I have used super keyword here. Here, the same example. A is there, class B is extending class A property, single inheritance again. Class B extending class A. In class A, I have taken parameterized constructor, two parameterized constructor. Okay, and here in class B I have taken 3 parameterized constructor. Inside the constructor I'm trying to invoke the superclass constructor. This is the way to invoke the superclass constructor, super of. If you want to pass any parameters, yes, you can pass it. Okay, so but you have to remember that if you use super in the constructor, that should be the first statement inside the constructor. You should not use anywhere else in the constructor. It should be the first statement. Okay, so super of A comma B. What is the A value? A value here we are getting from here. A value is 10, B value is 20, C value is 30, isn't it? A value is 10, B value is 20, C value is 30. So here A value is 10, B value is 20. Super of 10 comma 20. This constructor will get called here. This constructor will get called here, and this will get executed. This will get executed. After executing this, it will come back. It will come back. Now this A is having 10, this B is having 20, and this C is having 30. Okay, like this we will be invoking the superclass constructors. If you want to invoke superclass constructor, super is used to do that, but super should be the first statement inside the constructor. Okay. So these 3 are the different uses of the super keyword. Yeah, super don'ts. We should not use super as we like. Okay, wherever we like, that is the appropriate statement. I should use super only I should not use super in the static context. I should not use super in the static context. For example, if you see this example, again same concept, single inheritance. Class B is extending class A here. Okay, class B is extending class A. Inside class A, I have written one main method. Inside main method, object I have created for class B. And here I am trying to call super.m1. See here, this statement, super.m1. I am trying to refer to superclass M1 here, which is a syntax error. Super should not be referred inside a static context. As main method is a static method, we should not use super inside the static context. I should not use super inside the static context. If I use it, will throw a syntax error. Okay, make sure that just put that point in your mind. Super can be used anywhere else except in the static context. So that's all. We'll go for the next slide. So we are done with the super keyword. Super keyword, we'll be recapping what we have discussed in today's session. Yeah, what is the first? Super is a keyword, as we know that. For what purpose we use super keyword? For 3 purposes we use super keyword. The first one is to invoke immediate superclass constructors. We can use super keyword. To call immediate superclass instance variables, to call immediate superclass instance methods, we use super keyword. And where we should not use the super keyword should not be used in a static context. That is the don't you need to remember. Okay, understood? Fine. So that's all for today. We have done with the super keyword. In the last session we have done with the final keyword. In the next session I will be coming up with this keyword. For time being, signing off. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.